Humans are often the most unpredictable, but by far the most resilient and adaptable. The ones who meet a problem they've never seen before and in a short amount of time solve that problem. With technology on the rise and with operators and pilots alike becoming more and more reliant on automation, many experts predict a pilotless, or at least a single pilot commercial aircraft is soon on the horizon. After all, most autoflight systems with their sophisticated computers can outmaneuver the aircraft with precision that no human being can, sometimes performing micro inputs several hundred times a second. In fact, automation is so ingrained in the way we fly that its use is mandatory in certain airspaces. We've come to a point where an aircraft can land itself perfectly in zero visibility and with 30 knots of direct crosswind. While air travel has become the safest form of transportation, human error has now become the #1 cause of fatal accidents. Since the introduction of computerized systems and hard-coded protection systems, the accident rates in modern aviation has plummeted, leaving the pilots as the weakest link. It only makes sense to design the human out of the cockpit. Or does it? Computers are only as good as the data they receive, and when it works, they far surpasses it being able to precisely and rapidly maneuver an aircraft in normal and abnormal operations. But what happens when these computers receive faulty data, either from faulty sensors or faulty design? What happens when the computers fail? What happens if it encounters a dynamic situation that it was never programmed to deal with? Certainly, they'll need a savior. There have been multiple accidents attributed to faulty autoflight systems, with the story of the 737 MAX being the most infamous. And likewise, there have been multiple cases where rogue autoflight systems tried to doom the aircraft, only to have quick-thinking pilots take back control of their aircraft. Qantas Flight 72 and Lufthansa 1829 are just to name a few. And so we can see that automation may outmaneuver pilots, but they'll never outthink them. They are unable to problem-solve dynamic, new, and unpredictable situations. They have no intuition, they have no experience, and they have no airmanship. As such, they are unequipped to handle an aircraft solely on their own, and the idea of a totally pilotless aircraft is far from being realized. What we've learned in aviation is that automation does not decrease errors. It changes the nature of the errors made.